We are starting the year off with a special haul video.
We're not at a comic store or a comic convention.
We are in Disney World. So we're going to go through some stuff at Disney World. It's one of the best places for Marvel
and Star Wars collectibles in the galaxy.
So join us as we take our adventure through Disney World, and at the end, we'll have a haul.
And mine might be bigger than Dad's this time.
We're back from the happiest place on earth, Disney World. And we are so excited to share our amazing haul with all of you.
But sad to be back from Disney World.
From the moment we stepped into the park, we knew we were going to find some incredible souvenirs.
We knew we were going to buy stuff.
We knew we were going to buy some collectibles and clothes and let me tell you, we didn't disappoint. We bought a lot of stuff.
And I actually don't know who bought more stuff.
We'll see in this video.
So we'll see.
We'll also talk about some of the Marvel Disney mashup comic books at the end that I absolutely love. So join us as we dive into our incredible Disney haul and challenge all of you to guess the price of each item without looking. All right, I'm interrupting the video before we get started. This is not just a haul video. It's also
an adventure.
We're going to give you our favorite places in Disney, why we think collectors should come to Disney, why we love to come to Disney.
Why we're obsessed.
So if you've been here before, you're going to see a bunch of rides that you love. If you've never been here, this is going to be a fun one for you. Now back to the show. Choosing what to buy at Disney World was honestly a challenge in itself.
It always is.
There are just so many amazing options out there. I mean, have you seen the amount of merchandise that they have?
And if you're a Disney fan, not just Marvel, Star Wars, the options are endless.
Endless. From clothing to accessories, home decor to collectibles, it's all just way too tempting. But we knew we had to narrow it down somehow. So we started by thinking about what we really loved and what we really wanted to add to our collection. We also considered our personal style, what fits us. But before we look at the haul, let's take a look at Disney. If you've ever been to Disney, this video will bring back memories of your trip there. If you've never been to Disney World,
go
right now after you watch this video. This will give you a nice idea of why it's such a great place, especially for collectors. Okay, yeah, we're going to focus mostly on Marvel and Star Wars. That's who we are. But hey, we like other things too. So first, where did we stay? We stayed at Boardwalk. Yes, that boardwalk. Decorated for Christmas with gingerbread houses, decorations throughout the hotel, and a lovely Christmas tree right in the middle. It was fantastic.
And we're also huge Disney fans, so we are trying to stay at every Disney hotel.
We are.
So we will one day hopefully hit that goal. So we never stayed here before.
We have never stayed here before. One of the best things about here is you actually can walk from the hotel to Epcot.
Actually, the best thing at the hotel, what am I about to say, Dad?
Corn dogs.
The corn dog
Cassidy
was
loves
amazing.
corn dogs. She ate,
Best corn dog I've ever had.
How many she ate?
I had 3.
And it's like a boardwalk. It's based on Coney Island Boardwalk, so it's like a boardwalk. But the proximity to Epcot is amazing, and it's also very close to Hollywood Studios. You could take a boat right there, and we love Hollywood Studios.
And the bars were also really nice. My favorite was Jelly Roll, which have dueling pianos.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, so, and you can request any song, and then, which they get a lot of requests, but that was probably also one of the most fun things about the boardwalk.
Yeah,
you have to be 21 and over, so.
Yeah, boardwalk is good for 21 and older, honestly. But they had a lot of different foods. They had a lot of boardwalky things. They had a deli there.
They have performers nice. At night on the boardwalk.
A lot of people walk from Epcot to Boardwalk just to experience for Boardwalk. We were the opposite. We were staying at Boardwalk, so we walked from Boardwalk to Epcot. So, since we were so close to Epcot, let's start with Epcot. We really enjoy Epcot, one of my favorite rides, and one of the coolest Marvel locations is there. One of my favorite rides is in Mexico. And do you know what the actual name of the ride is?
I do.
It stars the 3 Caballeros, but what is it actually called? I'll give you a second to guess. It's called the Grand Fiesta, starring the 3 Caballeros. I have always enjoyed this ride. I cannot tell you why. It must be something from my childhood, but this is honestly one of my favorite rides. It's probably because of how simple it is. It's a very simplistic ride, and the wonderful scenery of Mexico that you see when you're on the ride. It has Donald Duck in it. He's basically the star of it, and the other 2 of the 3 Caballeros.
When I was little, there was a trip where we just rode that ride over and over again.
We rode that ride many times. Also in Epcot is the Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Called Guardians of the Galaxy Rewind.
There you go. Called Guardians of the Galaxy Rewind.
It's one of my favorite rides. It's one of my sister's favorite rides.
It's a crazy ride.
It is the best roller coaster I have ever ridden.
There you go.
So, definitely... it's such an experience. I won't spoil things that happen on the ride.
It's a roller coaster.
They do. One of my favorite parts about the ride is that I think it's 6 songs that they randomly rotate.
Mostly 80 songs.
Yeah, so songs that would definitely go with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and so you never know what song you're gonna get. And this time that we rode it, we got September. So me and my sister were dancing on the roller coaster.
Takes off how scary the ride actually is.
The music just adds to the roller coaster. He didn't ride it this time. He didn't think that he could do all the motion.
Yeah, my ears have been not good as I get older.
But best roller coaster ever,
in my
opinion.
Other rides at Disney, once you get off, you are immersed into a store filled with Marvel stuff in this case. There's some really cool stuff in there, including an Infinity Gauntlet that was half off. It was only $50. You can snap for just $50 if you wanted to. They also had, Cassidy found these cool looking character cards that they had. It's a really cool experience being inside the store. They have a lot of merchandise relating to Guardians of the Galaxy and Marvel.
They also have stuff playing about Guardians of the Galaxy through the wait queue. So that's also a plus.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy or Marvel Comics, this is the ride you should start with. And
make sure that you like roller coasters.
Yes.
It definitely is.
It is an experience.
It moves a lot.
It's very fast. You have to be ready for it.
People have thrown up after riding it, so beware.
But also in Epcot, we spent a lot of time in the countries. Those are just 2 of our favorite things.
One of our favorite things to do.
One of Cassidy's favorite rides is also in Epcot.
Oh, I was like, what ride?
You're Cassidy.
Journey into the Imagination, which is starring Figment, which I don't think they use Figment enough.
They certainly do not. And Cassidy one night did Drinks Around the World, so...
I did it with my...
I didn't do it.
Well, not just me did it.
Oh, yeah. The rest of my family besides me did it because I have done it before, so once you do it, you stay on top, you don't do it again. Because you paid dearly.
Yeah, I'll never.
Dearly.
But it was an experience.
Yeah. So we would love to hear if any of you have ever done Drink Around the World in Epcot and how that experience went for you.
We included something that's not a country. We included one of the places, so we did 12 drinks.
There you go.
In total.
12 drinks
in
in 12 hours. I did it in 3. Now let's jump to Hollywood Studios. Probably my favorite of the Disney parks.
Also one of my favorite parks.
And why is it our favorite? 2 words. Star Wars. It started with Star Tours many, many, many years ago.
Which is still, like, one of my favorite rides.
Mine too.
Is it better than Rise of the Resistance? No.
No.
But I still like it maybe more.
Yeah. But now Star Wars, the Star Tours has expanded. Now it's called Galaxies Edge, which is an area that makes it seem like you're actually on a planet straight out of a Star Wars movie.
I mean, and you cannot compare to the Rise of the Resistance ride. If you have ever been to Disney World, it's also in Disneyland. You know how amazing this ride is.
Yeah.
You feel fully immersed into the galaxy, and they do an amazing job.
But every part of it.
Every
the
part of it.
bathrooms, the way the cast members are dressed up. Let's look at a video of what Galaxy's Edge looks like.
We would be honored if you would join us. We would be honored if you would join us.
One of the best places in Galaxy's Edge is Olga's Cantina. Cassidy loves Olga's Cantina.
I'm not the one who begged to go on this trip.
Begged that we went there on this trip. We went there early in the morning. They have drinks. They have everything's kind of relating to Star Wars. Like they have blue milk and they have...
My drink was really cool.
Yeah.
So we have a video of that as well.
Yeah, it was. Here's what it looks like inside. It really looks like you're in a bar in the Star Wars universe. I wish there was more creatures there. I would have characters walking around. I don't know why they're not doing that yet, but they definitely have a lot going on in there.
They have a lot of Easter eggs. I mean, you'll recognize some of the things around.
You'll definitely notice things that are from the movies.
I think they're theming of both their food. So they only have a few food options, more like snacks, but I think their theming of that and the drinks work really well with the atmosphere. And their drinks are really tasty. They have alcoholic options and non-alcoholic, so... Yeah.
One of the cool things too is
So
that...
kids can go.
Yeah, kids can go in there. There was a lot of families in there. And it's you can only sit for 45 minutes because they really want to get as many people in it. But
there is
it was
mostly
good.
just standing room, which we didn't do this time. We were placed at a table, but I think standing at the bar can be really cool because then the bartender will continue to interact with you. So
yeah, we've done that before. It's fun. There's also in Hollywood Studios, there's an area where they have like a Walk of Fame, and they have R2-D2's footprints and C-3PO's footprints, and Princess Leia is also there. So Hollywood Studios is really a Star Wars thing. But not only Star Wars, there's also Indiana Jones. I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan. And they have an area where there's an Indiana Jones show, and they have a part of the store has some Indiana Jones stuff, including you could actually find the Holy Grail for like $50, and you can find the Grail tablet, and you can find some other stuff of Indiana Jones, his jacket, his hat. So you could actually be Indiana Jones in the park if you would do so decide. So that's Hollywood Studios. That's where we like it. Has Star Wars, has Indiana Jones.
And I love Tower of Terror, which is a classic.
What else do you love there?
The Muppets,
There you
which
go.
they are getting rid of
We
the
did.
show, but they are building Muppets into Rock and Roller
Yeah.
Coaster.
So Muppets is one of Cassie's
But
favorites.
fun fact about Tower of Terror, which I just learned, is that when building it, it had to... Any building that is 200 feet has to have a blinking red light at the top of it. And they thought that would obviously take away from the look of the scary building.
Right.
So Tower of Terror stands at 199 feet and 11 inches.
Interesting.
So
1
they
inch below having
were
to
able to get
follow
away with not
regulations.
having
Huh,
to
okay.
put the blinking red light by 1 inch.
Okay. I guess that's the rule. Next, let's move over to Magic Kingdom. Probably the most special place in Disney World. Magic Kingdom is the classic area in Disney World, in my opinion. It has all the classic rides. I love to start it by walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. And I sing the song as I do it every single time. Every single time we go into Magic Kingdom, I walk down the middle of Main Street, sing the song. And some of my favorite rides in the park are there, classic rides. I love the Tiki Room. Tiki Room is one of my favorite things to do at Disney. I have to do it every time that I'm there.
And it's so relaxing, too. It's a relaxing show.
I know some people might find it old and hokey. I like the Tiki Room. I always have, even since I
love
was
the
little.
Tiki Room as well.
Also, one of Cassidy's favorite rides there, Haunted Mansion is there.
Haunted Mansion is one of the best rides. I will constantly be singing that song.
And Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So 3 of our favorite rides are in Disney's Magic Kingdom. We went there 2 days, if I remember correctly. We even had a challenge where we had to pick a ride and people had to go and see how quick they could get back. I was the judge. Cassidy didn't win. Matt, congratulations. This one goes out to you. Matt won. He picked the merry-go-round,
The carousel.
the carousel, and he was the first one back. So we started at the middle. Everyone had to go to their special ride, and the first one back won. So
Let it be known that we went during the busiest and craziest time
it was
at
packed.
Disney World.
Packed.
So
the
if
wait,
you're going,
wait times were crazy.
try and go during...
Go whenever you can go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We've gone many different times during a year. We wanted to go at Christmas time. We went at Christmas time. It was crowded. What are you going to do? Still had a great time. So how about Star Wars and Marvel stuff? Let's talk about Marvel stuff first. They had tons and tons of merchandise, including statues, works of art, and collectibles. I really like the Rocket Raccoon statue. That's interactive. When you have your Magic Band on, it actually does something. Maybe we'll get more Marvel stuff there soon. To me, there's not enough Marvel stuff there. There should be characters walking around. There's plenty of characters they could use. We saw Star-Lord at one point. They have the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. There's really nothing else there besides a store in downtown Disney. But I would love to see more Marvel. I'd love to see a themed area like Star Wars, but a Marvel themed area. They have it in Disneyland in California. They don't have anything in Disney World right now. Speaking of Disney Springs, that's the last place we visited was Disney Springs. Used to be Pleasure Island. Then they named it Downtown Disney. Now it is a very different Disney Springs. The clubs are gone. The bars are gone. It's all about retail stores, including a Star Wars store called the Star Wars
Galactic
Outpost, and a Marvel store called the Marvel Superhero Headquarters. Let's look inside of both of those.
Now, I will say about these stores is some of the stuff you don't see in the parks. Like,
Do not.
we bought something in the Star Wars store that I had not seen in any of the parks. So I did kind of...
So if you're a Star Wars or a Marvel collector,
that.
you have to go to Disney Springs and go to these stores. There is merchandise in there that you cannot find anywhere else. They had, as you saw in the video, they had these Avengers items that were fantastic looking. That's the only place we saw them. We didn't see them anywhere else in the park. So it's Disney Springs is free. A lot of people go on there last day. They don't buy park tickets. They go to Disney Springs. They walk around, do some shopping. I highly recommend going there. There's a lot of other stores there. There's an art store where you can find works of art from Star Wars, from Marvel, from every part of Disney. So,
because even though Star Wars is also featured in the parks, most of the stuff is the same, but there was some stuff that I did not see in the parks.
Yeah.
Only had it in the store in Disney Springs.
There's a lot more stuff in Disney Springs for Star Wars and Marvel than there is anywhere else in Disney. So you have to, if you're a fan, you have to go there. And they didn't have the Mego figures I was looking for, so disappointing. But I don't honestly think I'm ever going to get them because they canceled my order when I ordered them on Disney store. So one of the things that always gets me when I'm in Disney is I realize that Walt Disney, Walt's with us today, was actually a collector. From creating collectibles really early, he created collectibles really early on in Disney thing, and they have them in his little museum. They have all the first items that Disney sold, and he has all of these models that he made. Those are collectibles. So in his special area, they do a whole thing about him and how he started Disney and how he started Disney World, and it's just Walt was a collector like us. He liked stuff. He liked having stuff. But he was on a much higher level because he had so much money. His stuff became rides and became attractions. But it was his love of just things that got him to build Disney World. I always considered him a collector. What do you think?
I would agree with you.
He liked to display things. He liked to put what he loved and he wanted to share with everyone else. So we collect and we keep our things wherever we keep them, whether it's statues, comic books, whatever you collect. Disney the same way. He liked things. He collected things. He wanted to make people happy. Like all of us, when we collect, we want to be happy.
I mean, most of the things that he made, rides and things, were inspired by the things that he loved.
Yeah.
He loved pirates, which made him make the movie Treasure Island. And actually, Treasure Island is where the pirate voice comes from, because I forget what who the actor is in it, but that was just his voice, and that's kind of where you get the classic what pirates sound like how we hear pirates now. But that inspired Pirates of the Caribbean, which is one of the most classic rides.
Walt is a collector. Like you and me, he's a collector. You're watching this because you're a collector or you like collections. If you go to Disney World, pay attention, you'll see that there's tons of different collections there. They have a lot of what Walt Disney owned, and there's a lot of stuff just Disney. Disney is an impossible thing to ever finish. There's so many Disney collectibles. So without any further ado, let's look at our haul. It's the first haul of 2025, and it's a much different haul than any of our previous haul videos. We will be looking at the merchandise we bought in Disney World, but we're also going to look at some of the recent Disney Marvel mashup comics. We had to include comic books in here. So let's get started. Here's the haul.
Am I starting or are you starting?
You can start. We will start with Cassidy's haul. Cassidy's haul is very focused. Cassidy's very focused when she goes to Disney World. She spends a large part of her budget on one thing.
Yeah, every time I go to Disney World, I buy some of the same things, so I will get there. But
so
first,
when you buy collectibles at Disney, you really have to have some kind of budget. It's not easy. You have to really limit yourself on what you're going to buy. Disney souvenirs can add up quickly. It's just expensive. Also, you have to figure, you have to take whatever you buy, has to come home with you. So it has to go in your luggage. It has to go in your suitcase. Yeah, I'm going to let you do your haul. I'm just telling you that how hard it is to decide what you're collecting, especially when it's not just two of us. It was 5 of us, so 5 of us had to figure whatever we buy has to be added to our already stuffed luggage, and it's a good way to remember your memories. One of the reasons why we buy what we buy when we go to Disney. Cassidy will tell you about her haul now.
Okay, well, because you said start your haul.
I know, but I wanted to say how hard it is to figure out what you're buying.
I got a stuffed animal, obviously. I love stuffed animals. And did I tell myself not to buy a stuffed animal? Yes, I did.
She did. And she didn't follow it.
So the
New Year's resolution broken.
That was not a New Year's resolution. So this is Pegasus from Hercules. Hercules is one of my favorite Disney movies. Don't see a lot of Hercules merchandise in the parks. They don't have... Sometimes they have the characters in Magic Kingdom, but they don't have a ride and attraction for Hercules, so it's definitely not really used.
It's a movie she watched when she was a little kid. So.
Well, yeah, it's one of my favorites. I think the music in it. So I have a Pegasus stuffed animal to add to my many stuffed animals.
Many stuffed animals.
Next, we'll get a little bit into Star Wars stuff. So this this is really only for people who go to Disney World. It is a magic band. So in Disney, the magic bands are where you can have your ticket. You can also
your room
attach
key.
your room key. You can attach your credit card so that anything you just are wearing that and you scan it. Really easy, really convenient. I did not have a magic band before, but Ahsoka is my favorite character, and my dad spotted this, and it was also a limited release, so I had to have it.
I actually have a Life Day one. I bought earlier this year. I'm a big fan of Star Wars Life Day, so that was another excuse when I bought one. If you have a magic band, we'd love to hear which ones you have, because everyone we see has different ones. There's so many to choose from.
Okay, next is something that I buy a lot at conventions as well.
It's like
art.
A convention. A lot of art in Disney.
There's a lot of expensive art that you can buy, but I did not buy expensive art. So they're postcards because that was the cheapest option, and I also prefer small prints. So first I got 2 prints for my dad. They are both the Tiki Room in different styles. So I know how much he loves Tiki Room, and I bought this on New Year's Eve, so he had gone back to the room while me and the rest of my family were finishing up our drinks around the world. So when I saw these, I was like, I will get them for Dad.
So I'll probably frame them and hang them with my Tiki Room picture.
Next, I love dogs. I love animals, but they had Disney Pets art, so I really loved this one. And then this one was my favorite. They didn't have it as a postcard, which was the cheapest option, so this was like the next level. But it's Padme. This is my favorite dress that she wears in the prequels.
You should cosplay as that one, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't have the money for that yet, but yeah, it's gorgeous. So I had to have this art, and I will be hanging that in my room.
So this may be the first time ever that Cassie's haul is larger than my haul, because I'm looking at the stuff that she has, and there is a lot of stuff.
I bought a lot of small things that could fit in my suitcase. So here's...
there's a lot of stuff.
Oh, and I'll just show this before we get into the next part of my haul. My sister bought this ornament for my parents.
Because we stayed at the boardwalk.
Yeah, we stayed at the boardwalk, so it's Mickey and Minnie, walking on the boardwalk.
Put it next to Walt.
So getting into the rest of my haul, I like to get pins. And if you go to Disney World, you probably know about the pins. They sell a lot of pins. And
it's a collectible thing. So
yeah.
There's a lot of collectors who collect Disney pins.
I don't necessarily I don't collect certain ones. I just collect what I like. I don't try and finish sets. I'm just like, I like that one, I'll get it. But then they also have pin trading in the parks, so I will get into that.
And you can trade pins with workers, so there's each...
Yeah, so most stores in Disney have pin boards. You have to have a Disney pin to be able to trade. So, yeah, you can trade with workers, or most stores have pin boards. But I brought 3 pins that I didn't want that I had at home to trade, and then when I'm buying new pins, I traded a lot when I was there. So some of these, I had other pins, but then I ended up trading them because I saw one other one that I liked better.
But the pins are really collectible, and some of them go up in value. Like, you could buy a pin, and it could be worth a lot more down the road. There's a lot of pins.
Looking at my pins and deciding where I should start. Okay, I'll start with
non-Star Wars or Marvel.
Well, no, I'm going to start with mystery packs. So Disney sells a lot of mystery pin packs.
She should have opened one on the show right
now. No, but I get too excited. I need to open it in the parks. So I like buying mystery packs because usually there's a few in the pack that I see that I want, and then if I get one that I don't want, I'm going to trade it for in the pin trading. So first I'll start with Disney music notes. So here are what you can get. There was two that I wanted, but there was one that was my top one, and I got my top one. So
Yay!
I got Animal from the Muppets with a music note. Next, I have Adventureland, which is one of the parks in Magic Kingdom, one of the areas. I actually bought 3 of these packs because I really wanted one of them, and I ended up not getting that one.
But but the trading of the pins makes it easy. So if you buy 3 packs of mystery packs and you get, let's say you get the same pins, you can easily take those pins and trade them and get different
However,
pins.
should I say the price of the mystery packs?
You can say the price of mystery
Okay, the mystery packs are $22.99. So you get 2 pins, 2 Disney
like
pins.
$11 each, right?
Yeah, about. But
that's cheaper than any single pin. Yeah, the cheapest pins are like $12.50, right?
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so these were the 2 that I kept from the Adventureland mystery pins. So this is from Tiki Room, and this is Stitch. Stitch is getting sprayed by some of the Tiki heads. So the rest of the ones that I got in this pack, I did end up trading because there were some good stuff on the trading boards, I will say. Okay, next, got Disney dogs. As I said previously, I love dogs. And so Lady and the Tramp is my mom's favorite, and I ended up getting Lady, which I was very happy about. And then Nana from Peter Pan, which I love Peter Pan, so I was very happy about that. No, these were the 2 mystery ones that I got. Then I got Up. And I was planning to trade one of these, but I ended up getting the one that I really wanted, which is Doug.
What was the other one? You traded it.
Yeah, I traded it.
So there's a lot of things. As you're walking to Disney parks, you have pins, you trade them. As
Yeah,
a lot
I love
of people
trading.
Do. Some
A
people
lot
carry
of kids
books
trade,
around,
but a lot of adults trade as well.
And they have trading events.
Okay, so next are Epcot pins. Epcot is one of our favorite parks, so I wanted to get a mystery pack, and I got Remy from Ratatouille, and then I got a mini one, but I traded that one. I buy mystery packs so that I can trade most of the time, but I keep some of them. And then I got Star Wars droids.
You kept both of those?
Yeah, I kept both of those. I was hoping to get Chopper, because there's not a lot of Chopper stuff, but I ended up getting BB-8 and C-3PO, which I'm not sad about, but I wanted Chopper. Okay, now getting into
the pins that you bought.
Okay, now getting into
or traded.
Yeah, I'll show the ones that, so obviously they have individual pins, so they're not mystery. So first I got this limited release, because it's for the holidays, of Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's a little snow globe in there. So I thought that looked really cool, and again, it was limited release, so it was a little more expensive. This one was $20. Okay, then I got Brother Bear. I love and have loved Brother Bear since I was little, if you know that movie.
Not a really popular one.
Yeah, it's not a very popular one, so don't see a lot of merchandise for Brother Bear, and when I saw the pins, I had to have them.
It's one of those things where Cassidy debates if she should get it, and she asked me, and I'm like, yeah, of course you should get it. No
then
debate.
I got from Emperor's New Groove, which is also one of my childhood favorites.
What's your favorite Disney movie? We'd love to hear. Leave in the comments. What's your favorite Disney movie? Do you collect any
What's your
Disney?
favorite Disney movie?
Three Caballeros.
Okay, what's your second favorite Disney movie?
I don't know.
Okay. My tops are, in no particular order, Hercules, Mulan, Brother Bear, Emperor's New Groove. Yeah.
The Apple Dumpling Gang.
What?
No, it's a movie from the 70s. Apple Dumpling is
Okay, next
live-action movie.
are two Marvel pins. The first
Escape
one
to Winch Mountain.
I bought for my dad, because he said
You know I like the She-Hulk.
Yeah, so She-Hulk, their dad.
Anyone who watches the show knows I always unless you go.
And then they also had Daredevil, which I was honestly a little surprised about because Daredevil, they haven't officially released him in the MCU yet, so I was just kind of surprised to see, because they don't have too many Marvel pins.
Right.
So but I love Daredevil.
They do not.
So. Okay, next, getting into pins that I traded for. So
it's a lot. Cassidy brings a lot of pins with her, and then trades. Like, some of these pins may not make it through the next time we go to Disney.
No, they will. I usually
Okay.
No, they will. All of the pins that I grabbed were ones that I was like keeping, and I'll have to start anew and buy new pins to trade. But so I'll start with non-Disney ones. Animal coming out of a drum set. So I love the Muppets, but I particularly
There's nowhere
love
near enough
Animal.
Muppets merchandise in Disney.
No, they don't. Don't even get me started. They don't really have Muppets merchandise. They probably will once they open the new Muppets ride that they're
they'll do
that they're
stuff
redoing
in that area.
But there's not enough Muppets. They don't treat the Muppets well. Next is a Mickey pumpkin. I like Halloween, and I liked how this one looked. Next is from Brother Bear, which, again, as I just said, there's not often a lot of Brother Bear stuff, so when I saw that on the pin board, I knew I had to trade. Next, I love Hercules, so they did have some Hercules pins on the boards. Hades. A cute little Hercules.
So remember, these are only the pins that she traded for. So
yeah, these
she
were
had
what were
pins
on the
that she
board.
Didn't need, and she traded on
I
the
traded
boards
this one with a cast
employees.
member. So it's Pain and Panic from Hercules. Then I'll start with my Marvel. I only traded for one Marvel one. I haven't seen these, but it's Scarlet Witch, but it's a t-shirt.
But it's not from Disney, right?
No, this one's from Disney.
Oh, okay. But that was the one that wasn't from Disney.
Actually,
No,
I
that's
don't
not
know
from
where
Disney.
that one
That was
is.
from oh, okay. She had another Scarlet Witch one that was from
It's probably somewhere in my
Amazon.
luggage.
Okay.
But I don't know where
She missed
I put
one.
it. Okay, anyway. Now are the Star Wars ones that I traded for. Han Solo, and R2-D2. And then I have some of these ones in this line of pins.
Yeah,
So
what kind of pins are those?
I think they're supposed to be Tsum Tsums.
Yeah, that's I think.
Which
that's
were
Tsum Tsums.
Yeah. So I do at one point want to finish this collection because I have some of them, but I have a Jawa.
We saw a lot of those on the boards.
And then Jabba the Hutt. So, okay, wait. Oh,
That's it.
I know. I'm trying to count how many pins I got. 1,
Cassidy's
2, 3,
Hall.
4, 5,
Mostly
6, 7,
pins.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 24. Okay, make that 25 because I'm missing one and I don't know where I put it.
Plus
25 pins. Oh,
26.
26. I got 26 pins.
She bought 26 pins.
I don't want to think
or
about
traded.
how much money that was, but
You guys can guess how much money you think she spent on pins.
I don't know.
Pins!
Honestly, I had a
Write it in the
budget
comments.
and I went over my
And
budget.
she blew the budget out. We all
But
had a budget, Disney, and no one followed
You
said
know what?
budget.
Because Disney is the happiest place on earth, so I shouldn't even
You
be
don't
thinking
think about
about
money.
money.
It's like Disney to me is like, if you've been watching us long enough, you know that the reason we go to conventions is I love going through dollar bins, and this is going to be the first time and probably the only time anyone has ever made this comparison. So when I go through dollar bins is like a therapeutic thing for me. It takes me out of the rest of the world. I focus on what I'm doing with the dollar bins. I don't think about anything else. Disney is a week of that. I don't think about anything else when we're in Disney. I think about what we're doing in Disney at the time. None of the troubles, no bills. I don't think about bills. I don't think about mortgage. I don't
You
think
have
about
Disney
work.
troubles.
I think about Disney. And
You think
it's-
about how long the wait times are.
And I think most people are like that. When you go to Disney, you don't really worry about the outside world. It's a self-contained world that is much happier than any other place in the world. So that's your haul.
That's my haul.
My turn.
It's a lot.
I did not buy nearly as much as Cassidy, but I bought the bigger stuff.
Yeah,
You didn't
bigger
buy any
items.
clothes?
No, because in my budget, I was like, I'm going to spend things on pins
So let's-
and not clothes.
Start with figures. I always buy the exclusive Droid Factory figures. These can only be found in Disney. So if you are a Star Wars action figure collector, there are figures in Disney World that you can only find in Disney World, and they usually release them 2 or 3 times a year. They usually coincide with a holiday. I have a bunch of Halloween ones. I have a bunch of Christmas ones. This is another one from a Droid Factory. It's TC14. No idea who that is or what he's from. Kind of looks like a version of C-3PO, but I always buy them when I see them there. The problem with these is getting them home without crushing them. Managed to do it without crushing it this year, which is great. Also bought Star Tours. Is one of my favorite ride, probably my favorite ride. We ride Star Tours more than we ride any other ride in the Disney parks. We went in, I think, 6 times this time, something like that.
Sure.
And we try to get, there's a bunch of different scenarios you can get. We try to get as many scenarios as we can. We have ridden that ride more times over the years than any other ride.
Yeah.
Here's what the Star Tours, what you ride in, looks like. If you've never ridden in it, I highly recommend going to Disney just to do Star Tours. I also bought some other Star Tours stuff. So let's look at that before we get anything else. I bought
Basically only Star Tours stuff.
a Star Tours t-shirt.
I actually also really like this t-shirt.
And this is one of the ones where I debate buying it, but then I had to buy it because I figured if I don't buy it, I'm going to regret it afterwards. So this is Star Tours t-shirt. I bought that. I bought a Star Tours hat. You will see this on future episodes, and you can comment when you see it and say, hey, you bought that in Disney. Star Tours hat. I bought a Star Tours sweatshirt. It got very cold one day there. So I was like, you know what? I need a sweatshirt. We were in Hollywood Studios, so I bought a Star Tours sweatshirt.
It looks similar to what the cast members wear.
And I think that the things that cast members wear in Star Wars, in Star Tours and Star Wars Galaxies Edge, I think those should be collectible. I should be able to buy them as a collector.
They don't want people.
Them.
They don't want people.
I want to display a Star Tours uniform in the basement where we keep all our stuff. That's what I want. It's one of my goals in the next couple of years. I want a Star Tours uniform to display down here. And I told Cassidy if she made me one, I would cosplay as a Star Tours employee at Comic-Con. Also bought a Star Wars hat because it was cold. It got into the 40s.
Did you only buy Star Wars stuff?
No. Oh, maybe I did. No, I did not. I bought other stuff.
No, I know you didn't.
Star Wars stuff.
Basically only Star Wars.
I bought an R2-D2 Mickey ears hat. I have a couple of other Mickey's hats. If you look, I don't know if you can see it. Actually, I'll pull it out for you. I bought this recently too. This is from the relaunch of Star Tours from Disney Hollywood Studios. Bought that a while back. Bought this. I'll wear this the rest
Bought
of the
that
show.
not from
Disney. I bought that in a
I think it's from the, is it 2013
yeah, you can wear it.
relaunch?
Oh, okay. The rest of the show. Also bought, is there any other Star Wars stuff I bought? Maybe one more? Yeah, there's one more. Yeah. I bought an R2-D2 baseball jersey. 1977.
Disney has some cute baseball jerseys.
I prefer hockey jerseys.
I think they should sell hockey jerseys. I think they would do well.
Like
but
the Marvel one I'm wearing right now. I like this one, but I would have bought it. I would have bought any one that has a Marvel jersey. I also bought a Germany Mickey.
Germany is our favorite country in Epcot.
So. And I collect Mickeys from Germany. So I think this is the 4th one that has ever been made. So there you go. It's a Germany Mickey. And I also bought another one from my favorite ride. I bought a Mexico Hawaiian shirt with the 3 Caballeros on it. There you go. You'll see this on an upcoming episode as well. And you might see me walking around a convention wearing that too.
And I did not buy any clothes.
Didn't buy any clothes. I also picked up this book too afterwards. Want to mention it's by Joshua Williamson, who, if you are a comic book guy, you know that he has written The Flash, and I believe he's writing Batman now.
I will be reading that.
He works for DC, so we'll both be reading it. It has a little behind the scenes stuff too. Thought it was really cool. So that's pretty much my haul. As you saw, Cassie's haul was much bigger than mine, but I also, as promised, I also wanted to look at some comic books before we go, because we do focus mostly on comic books. So I have a stack of, Marvel's been doing Marvel and Disney mashup. So they take an old Marvel cover and insert Disney characters into it. This is my favorite one. Kids actually bought me a t-shirt of this also. It's a homage to Fantastic Four #1. These are all appearing on Amazing Spider-Man covers. So I think these are really cool. I pick them up every time they come out. I think I have all of them. Fantastic Four #1. Hulk #1 with Goofy as Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
So where do you get these?
I get them at our local comic shop. At JHU Comics, who always pull these for me.
Because do you think Disney sold them?
Yeah.
In the...
No, I wish they sold them. Disney should sell. If Disney's listening, or if anybody works for Disney, tell them they should sell these in the park. They should make more shirts too. Avengers #1. All of the Avenger characters are now Disney characters.
Make more comic Disney shirts,
Avengers
and we will buy them.
#4. Cap is Mickey. See how many different characters Mickey plays. Avengers 16. Goofy is Mickey this time. Goofy is Captain America. Mickey is Quicksilver. Minnie is the Scarlet Witch. I think they should make these into figures too.
They made Mickey and Minnie brother and sister.
Yeah. I think they should make these into action figures too.
I think that would be really
figures.
cool. I don't know where we have them, but they did have a line of the Muppets as Star Wars characters.
Mickey as.
I think that would go really well if they did.
This is my favorite Avengers cover. I think I have 3 copies of this. The real cover. But this, another one.
Yeah, they should make the
Avengers
Disney
Assemble.
characters.
Who's Mickey in this one?
Figures.
Mickey's Captain America again in this one. Goofy is Thor. Minnie is Iron Man. That's weird. Avengers Disassemble, number 500. Goofy is Captain America. Mickey is Iron Man. They keep changing it. They should be consistent. They should make figures. I'm telling you. Disney, make figures. New Avengers #1. Mickey's back to being Captain America. I really do. I really enjoy these. I think it's
If they were to make figures,
West
who would
Coast
be
event.
who?
You would have to make. I would make Mickey Cap. Mickey's Hawkeye again. Minnie's Mockingbird. Donald's Iron Man and Goofy's Wonder Man. Secret Wars #1. Mickey's Cap again. Daisy as Wolverine's an interesting choice.
Wait.
Goofy Spider-Man. Pluto is the Hulk.
Wait, let me see that one.
The Invincible Iron Man, that's #1. That's Mickey as Iron Man. Here's some X-Men ones. Reprint of X-Men #1. Mickey is Cyclops. Minnie is Angel. I think she should probably be Miss Marvel. But that's Daisy. Goofy is the Beast. X-Men #1. Mickey Cyclops again. Donald as Wolverine. I think that's pretty cool. Goofy as Iceman.
There's a lot.
X-Men, there's a lot. X-Men 58. Goofy as Cyclops. Mickey as Angel. Donald as
they
Havoc.
should keep it consistent. They kept changing it.
This is a classic X-Men cover. I think this should be, it's Donald as Cyclops. Minnie as the Phoenix. X-Men. This is actually one of my favorite covers. Donald. Goofy as Wolverine, I guess. This is a newer X-Men. Mickey as Cyclops. So yeah, keep changing it. Keep it consistent. Be consistent. Spider-Gwen. Daisy as Spider-Gwen. Daisy as Miss Marvel. Minnie as Captain Marvel. And finally, actually, this is who I would make Mickey if I was making, I would make Mickey Spider-Man. Mickey as the Amazing Spider-Man. This is a reprint of Amazing Spider-Man 300. So that's just a bunch of these mashups. They keep coming out, and now they're actually doing titles where, what if Mickey was, the Hulk or something like that. They keep doing more and more Disney stuff. As you know, Disney owns Marvel, and they keep integrating it into the Marvel universe. You saw all the stuff we bought in Disney. If you have some favorite Disney collectibles, please in the comments say, my favorite Disney collectible is this. If you've ever...
Do you pin trade?
Yeah, do you pin trade? Do you have souvenirs from Disney? Do you collect anything Disney related? We would love to hear from you. We would love to hear what you collect. We'd like to start, grow our community to be a lot more people who love Disney. We love hearing comments from you guys. Don't forget to check out our other videos. We have a lot of haul videos coming up in 2025. This next week, We will be live on January 19th in Staten Island at the St. George Theater. We are at a convention called the Comics Con, Comics with an X, run by KB Comics. Check us out. If you're watching this after the fact, we'll have more conventions coming up. We're going to be attending a lot. Check us out. If you see us, say hello. Come over. We'll take a picture. We'll post it on the video. We love hearing from people who subscribe to us, who like watching our videos. We make these videos for you guys more than anything else. We hope you enjoyed this adventure. The haul. We're going to be doing a lot in 2025. Make sure you subscribe. Don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, love what you collect.
And collect what you love.
We'll see you down the road.
We would be honored if you would join us.